This is the High Ticket Media Mastery Show. I'm your host, Matthew J. Peters, the founder of Ascend Media. Welcome to the show. If you're new to the show, this is a show where we talk about the high ticket, high service, high expectations game and the media we create, the communication and the conversations that need to take place in order to thrive and perform at the best so we can make a profound impact in our marketplace and into the greater world. This is episode 5. Today I want to talk to you about leverage, the power of leverage. You've heard it said nothing happens until there's a sale, right? Well, I found that a lot of times people, even myself, have sold out to fear, sold out to our concern for what people will think. And I'll tell you right now that everything you ever wanted is on the other side of that decision to step up and just do that thing that's a little bit uncomfortable. I'm not even talking about pain. I'm talking about a little bit of discomfort. That discomfort that you think you're going to feel, that possibility of feeling discomfort is literally keeping you from everything you said you wanted. I want to give you a little bit of leverage today. You know, we've been told to write down our goals. Hey, write down what you want, right? But no one ever does that, really. Even if you do write it down, it's like something you think about for about 3 minutes. You write it down and then you move on and never look at it again, right? Why? Because you've tried it before and it didn't work. It's like, oh yeah, it's a good rah-rah session, but come on, let's be practical. This ain't gonna work, right? I've been disappointed too many times before. I don't want to get myself disappointed yet again. But really we need to think about what you're leaving behind. The life you could have had. The life you could have provided for your family. The lives you could have changed by you putting yourself out there to that prospect and them saying yes and changing that person's life and their life rippling out into the lives of those people in their family, in their community, and the people they serve. So I really want you to think about this because your little lack of taking that action, I really want to attack that right now. Because this is something I do for myself. Because this is something that's held me back from taking not even massive action, just taking an action. So a lot of times people are afraid to pick up the phone because they call it a cold call. There's nothing cold about it. The phone isn't cold. The people that you're calling are not cold. It may be cold outside, but that's pretty much the only thing that's cold. What you're doing is you're reconnecting. I want to reengage. I want to reconnect with people. Men and women listening to this right now, if you are feeling a little bit of fear, a little bit of anxiety, that's okay. But I got to tell you, there's really nothing there. It's false evidence appearing real, FEAR. I'm sure you've heard that before, but I want you to realize that that is exactly what's happening. Because your lack of picking up the phone, your lack of sending that email out or to reach out to that person you know you should be reaching out to, I want you to picture one person right now that you know you should be reaching out to. That person you know you could serve. That person right there. Why aren't you reaching out to them? What's the worst that could happen? I want to give you 3 scenarios. Number 1, they say, did you just call me to sell me something? I haven't talked to you for a year and you're just going to call me to sell me something? Okay, that's one potential scenario. That's like worst case scenario. What are they going to say? Well, I'm going to tell everybody that you're doing this. Worst case scenario. Second is like, oh, it sounds like a great offer, but you know what? I just hired somebody to do that. Or, you know what? I really don't need that right now. Thanks anyways. Or the third scenario is, really? Tell me more about that. Or if it's not right for them, they say, you know what? I can't use this, but one of my clients has been looking for somebody and I told him I didn't know anybody. Why don't I connect the two of you? So let's break down this worst case scenario. I want to pull this thing apart. The thing that is stopping you from making that call, from reaching out. The leverage here is the potential for you to change one person's life that are going to change dozens of people's lives. Think about their family, think about their surrounding family, think about the funds that they're going to have to be able to invest in things around them, to spread that wealth, to invest in their community, right? Because you picked up the phone and you made an offer. I'm saying pick up the phone, but there's many ways you can reach out to people. So, worst case scenario, they say, did you just call me to sell me something? First of all, that has never happened in my life. Secondly, I've never had anybody hang up on me. Third, if it's not for them, they probably know people it's for. So this is not about sales right now. I'm not trying to teach you a sales program. What I want you to really think about is if you have a fear of reaching out to people, what is the reality of that fear? Now, what is the fantasy of that fear? What is the reality? The reality is you're going to re-engage with someone you haven't for a while. You're going to talk with them and see how they're doing. If it was a past prospect, or if it was a past client, you're reaching out and just re-engaging, asking them how they're doing. You know? And the thing is, when you make that offer, you can say, listen, I just developed this program and I think it would be a good fit for you. Tell me what you think. And then you tell them exactly what you think is going to be the best fit for them. And they may say yes or no. They may say, tell me more. They may say, that might be good for someone I know. But you can always say, listen, I have a referral bonus. It's 10%. Or listen, I have a referral bonus that's 25%, depending on what it is you're offering. If you know anybody that this would be a good fit for, and they become a client of mine, I'll PayPal you 10% of that immediately. I'll PayPal you 25% of that immediately. Do you know anybody off the top of your head? What have you done? First of all, the worst case scenario, that'd be at the highest would be like 1/3 or 33%, right? One of the three things that could happen. But that really comes down to your approach. And if you are already hesitant about this, you're not going to come off as a really arrogant, pushy salesperson. I know you. You wouldn't be in that position. You wouldn't think that if that was the case. So what is it going to be like? You're going to reach out to them and you're going to re-engage, reconnect, bring up what it is you're working on, see if it's right for them. That's all. What's going to happen when you do that? And they say yes. And now you got another $5,000 in your account. You got another $10,000 coming in over the next few months. How's that going to change your life? What are you going to be able to do now because you picked up the phone, because you re-engaged with somebody, because you told them what you're doing and you thought it might be a good fit for them or someone they know? So whatever it is that you feel that worst case scenario is, just instead of keeping it out there in fantasy land, really think about the reality of it. What is the reality of the situation? Once you have that reality, I want you to pull it apart. I want you to take it and pull apart the fibers of it and see really what it's made of. Because chances are it's really not made of anything. The worst case scenario is not even a scenario. It's a fantasy. Listen, if you need some leverage, you need someone to give you a little push, reach out to me, because I know that what it's like to be stuck right there. I know what it's like to wish that you knew what to do next as far as reaching out to people. Yeah, you can learn about cold calling and stuff, but you don't. What you need to do is just reach out to people, say hi, see how they're doing, and sincerely want to know what's going on in their life. Sincerely want to help them. High ticket is not any more difficult than low ticket. People think, well, because it's $5,000, it's going to be harder to sell. No, sometimes it's been harder to sell for me to sell something that's $1,000 or $500 because that person really needs to be convinced. And I'm not in the convincing game. I really want to affect the lives of people who really want to step up and do the work. The people who really want to make that big choice and do something great in their industry, doing something great in their life, in their family, in their community, doing something great for their clients and customers. If that's you, if you want to step out, I'm the person that can help you with that. Ascend Media is about authority syndication, ASYND, authority syndication. What we do is we help you get super clear on your message. We want you to know what your purpose of you and your company is. What's the purpose of your product? What are you doing this for? And what are you building? What are you creating? That's your vision. So you know where you're starting from, your foundation, and where you're going, your vision. And every day you are working your mission. That's the actions. That's the how you're going to get to your vision. I help you with that. Once you have that super clear vision of what you're building, your communication shifts. It changes from speaking in the present to speaking from the future to the now. Just like Elon Musk, just like Jeff Bezos, these people who are speaking from the future to the now. The only reason they do that is because they know where they're going with such clarity, such determination, such conviction that they know if they don't do it, something is going to be missing in the world. Something's going to be missing in their life. And this is what they came here for. How would you like to know what you came here for and what the ultimate value of your product or service is in the lives of the people you can help? How do you communicate that out clearly and effectively the best you possibly can? You need to be ultimately relevant and you need to be valuable. People are craving depth and meaning in their communication, and you can provide that by truly caring and knowing who you are at your core and knowing where you're going and every day doing something about it. Hey, if you want to reach out to me, my name is Matthew, Matthew, at Ascend Media, ASYND media.com. You can reach out to me at Matthew at ascendmedia.com, and I want to help you create that strategy for your media, your videos, your podcasts, your live streams, everything you're writing, your book, your magazine, all of that. It all comes down to those being tools to get your effectiveness out into the marketplace so people understand the ultimate value you can bring into their lives. I look forward to seeing you next week. Expand your high-ticket product, service, and event offerings into markets you've left untapped and do it in minimal time with the help of our team of professionals so you can get back to doing the things you love. Reach out to me at ascendmedia.com/call. That's ascend, ASYND, media.com/call.